Good early morning. Good early morning. I hope everyone is having a good early morning. I hope you continue to have a good morning. And that parlays into a good afternoon. And then it parlays into a good evening. And I just hope that y'all, what I'm trying to say is, I hope and I pray that each and every one of you have a really good day. Greetings, and salutations. I came on here real quick, as I am on a commute. What I was planning to do this when I first started my commute, but I kind of got in the car and was distracted, and I forgot. And then I was driving. I'm like, oh snap! Wait. Anyway, let me come in here, and I came in here because I wanted to double tap on something that I was speaking about last night and kind of elaborate on it a little bit, just because I want to make myself clear, like my point more clear. And then also, when you're speaking on someone's situation, you never know if they actually end up hearing what you say, and you touch them like it's in regards to the situation with someone from ASI group, the ASI crew, as I labeled one of my videos. What I want to say, the street sector, with Marcus the interviewer, the offsprings of that. And one of the offsprings in the cast, that might be it. I might start calling them ASI cast. But at the end of the day, I have to think about that, because you start calling them cast, then they gonna start pretending like they actors, possibly like they did with that cult of Nature Boy cult, and they was pretending like actors doing a reality TV show to keep the people off of them for the shenanigans. When in reality, hopefully y'all have been able to hear me clearly, because I just realized I still had my AirPod in my ear. And sometimes when I got my AirPod in, the sound don't be too clear. Listen, some of y'all are sitting here listening, others are passing through. Can y'all please help a sister out and give me a like? Help my day just continue to be really great. Double tap the screen to say, have a great day, no matter what time you listening, right now, or if it's another time of day, wherever you are in the world, or if you catch this on the replay, double tap that screen. And also, y'all know we're celebrating Aries season. Big Aries energy up in this big countdown every day. My birthday is one day closer, period. It's almost here. So, yeah, about that. It's about to be my birthday. What? Double tap that screen for a birthday wish, okay? I'm trying to figure out too, before I get started on my topic. Nobody? Oh shit, them likes ain't went up. Now I know y'all got some likes up in you now. No matter what you're doing, you can double tap the screen now. Don't be stingy. I know y'all ain't stingy. Y'all are happy, shiny, friendly people that are very giving of, especially of something that don't cost you anything. A little energy. Double tap that screen for a like. Make my day, please and thank you. Well, um, shit, what was I going to say? I was going to say something else, but I forgot just that fast. So I was going to talk about the ASI crew before the other thing I was about to say. And basically, um, you know, I don't know, I have to think about whether or not I want to refer to them as cast, because if you are familiar with Nature Boy, there was a cult leader, and he had these different people come in through his cult, and he started calling them cast and referring to them, saying that they were doing reality TV, when like doing reality, like a reality show, I should say. And basically, um in reality, they were actually over there in a cult, going through absolute hell. Thank you for the like. and it was disguised as reality TV and saying that they're cast and that they're acting, to get the people up off of his back. Because if people think that you're acting about getting beat and R-worded and mistreated and all those things, they're like, okay, I guess. But versus if they think it's happening in real life, they're gonna show up and try to rescue their kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna show up and they gonna um potentially, or just call the authorities, even if it's their own kinfolk who like, well, I can't save them myself, so I'm just going to report them to whomever they can report them to. And so I don't just to end the nature boy thing, I don't even know how he thought long term he was going to get away with what he was getting away with, because it was like them boys, those boys were always gonna be coming. But anyway, that's how they played it at one point in time to kind of keep the people off of them. But moving right along. So hello, hello, welcome, welcome. And you sound like, oh, okay. Well, I hope that's a good thing. I hope that's a good thing. Uh Roblexian. I do. Hopefully you like her and she's a really nice person. But with that being said, let me jump into my content because I'm gonna be wrapping up my commute very shortly. So I just wanted to say, in terms of the ASI, um, let me look down at the screen real quick. Hello, hello. So I said I don't had too much on her, and I really don't. If you did not double tap the screen for a like, please double tap the screen for a like. This is what I want to say because I was talking about her yesterday, so I want to elaborate on the situation. I was this is specifically the part I want to elaborate on. I said, if you didn't see my live from last night, please go check it out. You'll get all the details. But just to give you a general idea, the young lady, 18 years old, Kai, that was featured on ASI Marcus uh Street Sector group on his channel, she ended up getting attacked, and she was in the ER live. Um, that's what happened. And she showed her face and she's beat up pretty badly. At one point in talking, she said that she wanted to um leave Atlanta. And I said, everywhere you go, there you are. And I elaborated to say, that the street life is the same no matter where you are. Um, And so, so there's that. So now let me continue on. I think that she maybe she possibly thinks that her going to another street group, maybe things will be different, but she needs to look at the fact that she's already ran from a few places. Here's the other thing. Even though everywhere you go, there you are, if you go differently, then you show up differently. So now your life and experiences can be different. So that part's fine. But if she goes as she is unchanged, it won't matter. It'll be just like she was in Atlanta or just like she was wherever she was in California. She said it. Or wherever she was in other places that she's been, somewhere on the East Coast. You know, um, it's not gonna change, but she can do some things differently with herself and completely stay away from that. And then she can fly completely under the radar in a whole new spot. The other thing about her leaving Atlanta, if she does, changed. I did want to say this as well. If she is going to decide, I'm done with this life, which it didn't sound like it. But if that's the direction that she goes, whenever she makes that decision, hopefully she does make that decision. Hopefully she makes it soon. When she does make that decision, it will be beneficial for her to leave the environment she's in because too many people in that environment know her the way she is. So she could easily get triggered or drawn back in, or, deal with some danger. Because the other thing is, sometimes when people are in a lifestyle and someone gets out of it, they don't take too kindly to that, depending on how you interacted with them. They don't take too kindly to that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, who she thinks she is. Oh, she thinks she better than, that kind of thing. Oh, just constantly reminding, oh, well, she's still a 304. She turned more plays than, like that type of thing. So it would be beneficial to leave. And maybe if she fears the person that attacked her or the person that she thinks set her up, it would also be beneficial to leave the environment. So I just wanted to say those things because I went everywhere you go, there you are. So almost like you might as well stay if you're gonna do the same thing. But sometimes you do have to leave. I mean, look at what happened if you in any hood, trailer park, anywhere, USA. I don't know about other countries. If you get into some ish, the first rule of thumb is to get your butt up out of there and go way far somewhere else and fly under the radar, or else you could be ended. The end, no more. And that also is the same with that street life. So I know she think that she found an easy way to make some money, catching plays, and she got youth on her side. Because I'm sure Marcus isn't the only one that told her that. And I say that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've mentioned over here that I've watched other people in the I guess they though that group might be called the home. I don't know if it's a homeless sector. Everything's a sector with this with the some of these folks. So I would just call it that for people who do content interviewing homeless folks. And this one man that used to interview these ladies, he wasn't creepy with his interviews though. But he'll let them talk and freestyle sometimes, or he have his own questions when he initially met them to keep the interview going. But also if they just was talking and sharing, unlike Marcus, I get it, he got a structure. This man would just let them talk. But I heard plenty of those ladies share um about the money. So to this man, he had a few regular interviewees that were no longer like prime, 18, 19, 20, like fresh like that. They 30 something, mid 30s and above, basically. And they had looked like they had been in the streets since they were that young. Those regulars on his channel that were those ages basically had spent, others went off to college, some went off to the military, and they went off to the streets and started, uh putting stuff in their veins and making catching plays or whatever, which at that point on his channel the ladies were calling it dates. He asked them, somebody had said something about a date. That I don't have long, I got a date. And he said, is that that's what you guys are calling it? And he had the lady elaborate, and she explained basically that's what they meant when they said dates. But I guess either maybe it's because it's a different part of the world, or maybe because the language changed, because that was about probably like 3 years ago. And they was calling it so now over here in Atlanta, this group call it catching plays. Actually, I wonder what they're calling it in that group where that guy is in Arizona. What do they call it? But he don't have a regular crew of ladies that are turning catching plays. The guy in the Arizona, he does everybody, and he got a bunch of males and females. Then those boys be young, those girls be young. Oh, let me say something else, because I talked about him one time and I said they was on hard and blues. Shit, I had thought of the name of the other thing and now I forgot again. It was blue. I think it was called hard, and I think the other thing was called blues. I think that's what it was. But anyway, um, I don't think everybody calls it the same thing. But the ladies have generally said that youth is a bonus when you're out there in that game. But just like Kai can look around at any of those ladies that have been doing that for a very long time. Um, Look at how even if they're only like 30, they look 40, 50 years old, and they don't even look like how a regular 50-year-old age. They look just like that money is fast and that lifestyle is hard. their faces look hard. And so, she got to think about all of that when if she doesn't plan to be in that lifestyle and she's already somebody's mother of one and she has a baby on board. So her children are going to look at her, you know what I mean? And have questions. And, because she talks like she wants to do better, it sounds like she has it in her to do better. And I hope she does. I really hope and I pray. I'm sad that she had to get attacked the way she did. I doubt that it's the first one because that's just what this lifestyle brings. It only escalates, especially in the same place, in the same, environment. But like I said, even somewhere else, that street life is the same. So it's not like it's gonna switch up or get better. It just gets worse. And then you get more hooked into it. Some of them ladies, like I said, they out there they on that stuff. And it's like the majority of them are on that stuff. So it looks like the road from there is either incarceration or being on some stuff. And I would imagine, guessing from the outside looking in, that you probably have to do something to alter the state of your mind to make you accept the lifestyle that you're living, especially as an 18-year-old from when she was in high school, the people that she knows, the people she met. If you're listening, please double tap the screen for a like. And then it'll get to a point. Oh, somebody just went in. Let me catch this gate. Let me catch this gate. Hold on. From the from when she was in high school, the people that she encountered, um they're going to start, you know, graduating college or, in the summertime, she's 18. So, this would be the year when she probably would have graduated high school. She got to watch them be going to prom right now. She got to watch them be what was I say? Prom, graduate, go off to college, and then they're gonna get to a point where they are college students, and going and coming home for the summer, and they're gonna be doing things with their lives. Not everybody, but some of them will be doing things with their lives, and she's gonna be, if she doesn't change, I'm saying, she'll be right where she's at doing what she's doing. Hopefully not though. I really do sincerely hope the best for her. I hope she wakes up, realizes, knows better, and does better. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks everybody that came in here this morning. Y'all chime in, let me know what y'all think. If you have something that you want to add to the conversation, thank y'all for the likes. I really do appreciate that. And I sincerely hope that everybody has a really awesome and amazing day. And I'm going to get up out of here because I'm sitting in a parking lot and I need to walk my happy tail in this office. So I wish y'all the best. And I'm going to wish also, prayfully, peace for your day. Blessings be bestowed upon you and joy. And I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.